should I switch to EXP? Oh, I gotta go with Nicole.
I completely understand being comfortable and happy. Isn't that the goal, Tony?
Yeah.
It is. But what I also know is that's the very thing that can hold you back from even looking at opportunities that could take your life to a place where you never even dreamed was possible. It's kind of like, have you ever read Good to Great?
I have.
Great book, where good is the enemy of great.
Ooh.
And what I'd really love to do with you, Tony, is just sit down, unpack exactly what you love about your current situation. And then if I could show you a way to hold on to much, if not all of those things, and at the same time add a couple of additional streams of income to ensure that your future for yourself and your family is even more comfortable than today, wouldn't you at least want to take a look at that with me?
I absolutely would.
Outstanding.
All right, you're up next.
So let me ask you a question. You're happy where you're at, you're really comfortable, right?
Yep.
And that's what you were looking for.
Yep.
So when you got into real estate, you said, man, if I could just be as average as everybody and I could just stay right in the middle of the road, that would be perfect for me?
Not exactly.
What did you have in mind?
I want to be great.
Right. So are you looking for great, or are you looking to stay right where you're at, where it's nice and comfortable, you have exactly what you have? Because if nothing changes, you'll keep doing the exact same thing you're doing, you'll have the exact same result. But you said you came into this to be great. Is that still true?
It is.
I love how you think. I think the same way. So since we have such like-mind thinking, why don't we think of this? Why don't we take a look at an opportunity? If an opportunity knocked, would you ever pass on an opportunity that could actually take you to the level that you actually want to be at?
Never.
I didn't think so. I like how you think on that as well. So with that way of thinking, in your words, not mine, I really think that we should have a conversation about how we should actually go to that next level and see if this is the right fit for you. Because if it is, wouldn't you jump at that the first chance you could?
I would.
I like how you think. Let's do that.
All right. Go ahead. Hit me with the objection again.
Objection is, I'm comfortable where I am. Why should I switch to EXP?
Well, first of all, I'm never going to ask you to switch to EXP. So that's not something that I'm interested in. I'm looking for people who are open to opportunities and want to have a conversation. And if that's not you, then that's okay. Because the last thing that I want to do is talk somebody into a great decision. However, I have talked to I have talked to a ton of people who have told me those exact same things. And what I want to know, so you have a big team, right? You're a big top producer, right? Because I only recruit top producers. I'm only looking for LeBron James to take his talents to South Beach. So I know you've got a big organization, and here's the thing. I know at your company, you're good. They take care of you. But what about your people? Are your people in the best environment for them to hit their goals? Are your people getting the same opportunities you're getting? Because at this company, not only are you going to be taken care of, but all your people are going to have an opportunity to hit every dream and goal that they've ever had. Is that something that you're open-minded enough as a leader to at least examine to know for certain if your people are in the right environment for them to achieve their dreams?
I'm willing to take a look at it.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing? How you doing, boo? What's good?
Oh boy.
Listen, Tony, I can appreciate that. And here's my promise to you. I absolutely am never going to ask you to join EXP. What I want to do is get to know you, and then I'm going to invite you to the opportunity to just check it out. Now, here's the thing. I know that you're comfortable where you're at. All I'm asking you is to just have a conversation. Let's just talk a little bit about your goals, what's important to you. And you're a big thinker, because this is the only reason why I'm actually sitting with you. What I know is that big thinkers, they don't win in the comfort zone. We win when we're uncomfortable. But what I want to do with you, if you allow me, is honestly give you an opportunity to just take a look at this and just say yes until you have a reason to say no. Just say yes to the next step of a cup of coffee, of talking about your dreams, of understanding what's important to you as you continue to grow your business. If we can do that, here's my promise to you. I'm never gonna ask you to join. I'm just gonna show you what's possible, and then you decide. And the truth is, it would be silly of me to ask you to join right now. You're happy where you're at. But what I wanna do is when you get uncomfortable with your current situation, I wanna be the first call that you make when you're ready to get uncomfortable.
Ooh. Who was first?
Tell the truth.
All right, go.
You love your I love that you love your broker. I love my broker too. In fact, I loved my broker so much when I joined EXP that I actually got my broker a job at EXP. And we might be able to do the same thing for your broker. And let me tell you, is Anita Cruz even in the room? Anita Cruz came over, and I'll introduce you to her. She used to have to run like 3 offices. She was barely making enough money to pay her bills. She couldn't even go to the bathroom because she was the only broker for all of those agents. She wasn't able to take a vacation. She wasn't able to create opportunities for the people that she loved. So I introduced her to some people at EXP, and she actually got an opportunity there. And then she went on to become the director of 3 states. And her son now works for EXP, and he's one of the top leaders in our company. And she now gets to go on vacation because she has coverage, and she's going on a week-long cruise. So don't hear it from me. If you love your broker, maybe the best thing you could do in your entire life is to look at this opportunity, because this company has more opportunity for the people that you love than the one that you're currently at. I guarantee it. And if it doesn't, then that's totally okay. You don't have to join. But take a look.
I can totally appreciate that, Tony. It's wonderful to work with somebody that you love and trust. Tell me, what do you love so much about your broker?
You know, I just have known him for years. You know, he convinced me to get my license in the first place, and you know, I never really looked at going anywhere else.
Okay, so is it more of like a loyalty thing then?
Yeah, I mean, we're friends. You know, we go to cookouts. He was at my kid's graduation.
I love that. I think loyalty is great. I was actually riding around in the car with my mom the other day, and she whipped out her phone, and something really resonated with me. She showed me this meme, and it said, loyalty is great, but never be so loyal that you neglect your own best interest.
Ooh.
You know? And with that in mind, if you knew there was an opportunity out there that might take your life to a place that is better than it is today, not only financially, but personally, for your future, for yourself and your family, wouldn't you want to know about it, Tony?
I absolutely would.
Okay, great. Let's take a look.
So Tony, if I heard you right, you said this is only your 3rd brokerage you've ever worked for in your 6-year career, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so you're a guy that's very loyal, right? And you love your brokerage, because I deal with agents like this all the time. And loyalty is important, and having love for your brokerage. I gotta be honest, right? The 4 I worked for in my 21 years, hell, I loved every one of them, or I wouldn't have been there just like you. So I love the way you think. The thing that I found was when I talked to my broker about how do I become them, and how do I get to the level that they're at, and how do I get to share in all the revenues that come in and be partners with them, every one of them said the same thing. Well, here you can't. You have to leave me to be me. And I found that was like, wow, okay. But the good news is you love your broker, and your broker loves you too, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to really support you finding the best opportunity for you so you can be like them, right?
I would hope so, yeah. Why not?
Because anybody that really loves you wants the best for you, just like your kids.
Ooh.
They never do what you tell them to do, but you love them anyway because you want them to be the best versions of them. I want you to be the best version of you. And if you can find an opportunity that allows you to have all the benefits that your broker has, and you can go down that path, bring people with you and become just like them, and actually work with them in collaboration where we could all sell more homes together. Because the truth is, we're not competition. Hell, we're partners. But in my brokerage, oh my God, we're actually partners. We all have ownership, and we all share in that. And what's great is once we build it together, we all share the revenue too. Isn't that what you truly want for you?
Yes, it is.
Isn't that what your broker really wants for you?
I don't know.
And if they love you, and if they love you the way you love them, they will support it, and they'll be the first one to help you do it. So let's do this together. Let's sit down and see what that looks like. Fair enough?
Fair.
Love how you think.
I wish I could get up like Curtis does and do all that, like, right?
Listen.
Hey, Tony, like, I really appreciate that. I totally appreciate the fact that you love them. And, you know, I think that what we should do, because you love them so much, and you've already expressed that this is something that you really can't unsee, right?
Yeah.
Then because you love them, let's go love on them and share the opportunity with them. Because this may be an opportunity that they're actually praying for. I've actually had so many stories where I've talked to people where they've teared up and they've shared the 2 different scenarios. One who actually cried to me and said, "Why didn't you invite me to the opportunity?" And then another thanking me that we actually relieve that broker, because the reality is the broker is the brokest person in the room. That person has so much on their plate right now. We actually be throwing them a lifeline. Let's invite them to the to the conversation. We don't want them to be our competition. We want them to be a part of this. So let's call them and have a conversation. And if they love you, they're gonna love you here or at EXP, and we're just gonna leave that door open. And if they love you so much, just tell them, if it doesn't work out, I'm coming back. But I want you to come with me too, if it's possible.
Nobody's broker than the broker. I just got to add one more.
We got EXP brokers in the house, man. Listen.
I don't mean at EXP. I mean at those other companies.
Good.
I got a great one from Chuck Fazio. He's standing here at the front, and he's a legend. Give it up for Chuck Fazio.
Suck up.
Chuck taught me. Chuck's rich, bro. Like, of course I'm sucking up. Chuck taught me this early. Chuck said, if somebody loves their broker, say, hey, you have a personal relationship with them, and they say, yeah, and you say, so you guys get meals together, yeah? And they're like, yeah, we go to lunch. And he's like, ask them how many times they've ever been to dinner with their broker. Because when you go to lunch with somebody, that's a business meeting. But when you have a personal relationship with somebody, you break bread with them and you have dinner with them. And Chuck Fazio has broken bread with me many times, and it's something that I truly, genuinely appreciate. And it's something that very, very few people will be able to answer yes to, because the truth is most people don't have a personal relationship with those people in their life. And that's what makes EXP different. Thank you, Chuck.
If you have heard this one, I'm concerned about the support available without a physical office. Anybody heard that one? Raise your hand if you heard that one. Nicole, you're up.
All right. I can totally understand that concern. I actually had it too when we came from KW. I was like, virtual? How in the world are they going to be able to support me? But what I found when I came here, like here in Texas, we have 12 brokers on staff, all of whom I know I can contact at the drop of a dime. As a matter of fact, we have a 24/7 hotline, Tony, with a 35-second average hold time. The agents rate, if you know what NPS ratings are, 85% NPS score for our support. It is mind-blowing. And the best part is, Tony, I don't even have to drive you anywhere to show you how fantastic this is. All I need to do is open up my laptop and take a look. Do you have a few minutes?
I do.
Let's check this out.
All right, so Tony, help me understand, because you're an independent agent, you're a strong agent, right?
I am.
Yeah. How many times in a week do you go to the office?
None.
Oh, right. It's funny because I find that to be the same for everybody. There was a day that people used to drive around and look for real estate offices and go, hey, honey, there's a real estate building. Let's go in there and see if we can find a real estate agent to help us find a house.
Right.
Those days were like 40 years ago. And today, technology's changed everything. Can you agree with that?
Agreed.
I agree with you too. So technology's changed everything. Could you imagine where your clients are? We tell everybody to meet your clients where they are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are your clients?
In the field.
Online.
Yeah.
Your clients are all online. And who's their favorite resource? Zillow. Yeah. So the truth is they all go to Zillow. Hell, my own parents, I was selling their condo and all my mother kept telling me it was what Zestimate said. And I was like, please, Mom, get off of Zestimate. I'm an actual professional. I do this for a living. She was like, I know, but Zestimate says. And I said, I know. Let me actually help you for real. They don't even have real people. You know what they have? They have us. So what they do is they get your information, sell it to us, so we can help you. So the truth is, Tony, so if you're really looking for the resources, you got to have everything online. Could you imagine working for the only true online metaverse real estate company that has every resource online for you at your fingertips? Could you imagine a company that gives you not one, not two, but 9 lead generation systems built in? Could you use a couple extra sales, Tony?
I could.
Yeah, you just sign up for them when you get onboarded. This is what happens. Could that be amazing for you?
That would be.
Would that help you sell more homes?
I think so.
Would that help you help more families?
Yes,
What if
man.
you actually could get trained? What if you could actually get trained, and you're not going to believe this? There's over 90 trainings a week, every single week in the metaverse. It was a scary word. I don't even know how to spell it. But what's cool is I click a button on my computer, and I'm in the metaverse. I have an actual digital form of myself, a digital Kurt. He's a little taller, a little thinner, a little better looking, right? Guy's got perfect hair. And what's great about it is he's live in the virtual world every single week, every single day. I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to leave my bed. Truth is, I was in Hawaii on a vacation with my wife, and you know what was really cool? I was in the pool, and I wanted to see if it worked. I was teaching, coaching, and training in the actual metaverse in eXp University from a pool, but I was on the avatar, the digital form of me, on a stage with 1,000 people in a room, teaching them how to do this. Could you imagine having access to that any single day at your time, whenever your time is good for you? Is that the type of resources you're looking for?
Yeah,
If you had that at your fingertips, do you think that would help you in your business and your career?
I think so.
Why don't we take a look and let me show you what that looks like and see if it's a good fit for you.
Woo.
Is there any other reason you wouldn't be ready to join EXP?
That's the one thing holding me back, man.
So this is the only thing holding you back. All right, cool. So tell me a little bit. What does support look like for you?
I need someone that's available. I need a broker that's going to pick up the phone if I get jammed up. I need training, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so you need a broker that's going to pick up the phone when you need them, and you need training. Is there anything else other than a broker who picks up the phone and training that you need?
I like camaraderie. I like, going to the office and
Okay, so it sounds like
being
you
around
want.
other people.
Okay, it sounds like you want community.
Yeah, community.
Okay,
sure.
so you need a broker who picks up the phone when you need them. You need training, and then you'd love to be a part of a bigger community. Is that correct?
Check.
Perfect. So we solved those three things, and you're ready to sign up later today?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let me walk you through it. So the first thing is, at your current brokerage, I know you work over at Keller Williams, right?
Yep.
So how many brokers do you have access to at KW?
I think they have 4 of them over there.
Okay, and so you have one of those bougie ones that has like more than one person. So you got 4 brokers. Okay, so over here we got 12 brokers. So do you think that if you tripled the amount of broker support that you had, that would help you?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because we're in Texas. We got a ton of brokers over here, and you may even know Karen Richards. She came from KW. She's very popular. Agents love her. So actually, at our model, you have multiple ways that you can get in touch with your broker. You can text them. You can email them. You can call them. You can walk into their virtual office. None of these require you actually driving into the office, hoping that broker is available. That they're not in the bathroom or on vacation, which, by the way, they don't get to go to because they're so darn busy. Yeah. And they're so upset because they're just trying to hang on and service everybody. You have to make an appointment. They may not be immediately available. We actually have an opportunity where every single minute someone is available to take on whatever your needs are. So that's the first thing. The second thing with training, we have training in the metaverse. We have in-person trainings. Our agents are actually incentivized to give back. So our model is so powerful that most of the training that is done is led by our top producing agents. And the reason that they do that at our company versus the company that you're at, see, at your company, there's no incentive for them. And so they're busy out there selling houses because that's the way they make money and feed their family. But at our company, our agents are actually incentivized to give back to the industry and to help their agents grow, because our model of revenue share is so powerful that many agents have made this their full-time income. Those are top producing agents. These are agents selling 4, 5, 6, 700 houses a year. Would you be willing to look at our training and compare it to the training at your current environment?
Sure.
And then the last thing is, I love that we're having this conversation in September, because next month we have this insane opportunity for you to find community, and it's called eXpcon. And I would love to, if you're open to it, you got one of those real IDs?
I do.
Okay, cool. I'm going to book your plane ticket. We're going to fly you down. You're going to meet my partners. You're going to see the community that we have. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So would you do me a favor, and would you agree to be my guest? I have an extra ticket for eXpcon. Would you come down with me?
Sure.
Thank you so much. I would love that. Let's get you signed up.
Woo! Split isn't as good as what I have now. Anybody heard that one? Man, Nicole's all over it, man. I told you.
I mean, I'm just saying these are
They're
thrown
easy.
at you all the time, right?
Yep, let's go.
Tony, I understand that looking at commission split and what you pay your broker is something to consider when you come to a new company. I just have a quick question for you though. What's more important to you? How much you pay or how much you net?
Net, definitely.
Well, EXP, the amount of systems and tools and like Kurt said, 9 lead sources that you get for what EXP charges is better than any brokerage that I've ever seen, Tony. If I could show you a way to net more, not only through the systems, tools, and lead sources that EXP gives, but also you really need to check out the additional income stream opportunities at EXP. I mean, the question really isn't anymore what you pay your broker. EXP changed it. It's what does your broker pay you? Woo! You know what I'm saying? And I really want to sit down with you and show you exactly what I'm talking about, because EXP pays me what I pay them every year in like a week. Okay? You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
You want to check it out?
Let's go.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
Tony, we're talking. You said you like your split. All right, cool. Let's walk through this. So I'm just curious, how much of a financial hole are you in?
I mean, I do okay.
Well, it sounds like you have a cash flow problem because you were talking about splits. So are you struggling with your business? Are you in debt? Are you not profitable? Like, just be real. I'm just curious.
I mean, I do okay. I mean, I do 20, 30 house sales a year. I mean, you know.
Okay. So how much did you pay your broker last year?
I have to go back and calculate it, but I know my split is...
What's your split?
My split's at 90-10.
90-10. And you did 30 sales at how much?
No. Actually, I'm on a higher plan. I actually pay a flat fee per transaction.
So you're... Oh, I get it. Okay. So, I mean... So you're satisfied selling only 30 homes per year? Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, I like to sell more.
Well, how much would you pay if you sold 100 homes?
A lot more.
How much would you pay if you sold 200 homes?
Way more.
Would it be okay with you if you scaled your business and you sold a couple hundred homes per year?
I mean, I would love to sell more homes.
Would it be okay with your wife?
Yeah.
Would she be able to go on those vacations and pay for the college educations that you guys have dreamed about for years?
She would love that.
Okay, so what I know is that agents who are at a flat fee model tend to be stuck on cost. And I know that the top producers in the industry all focus on value. And so are you open-minded to explore this opportunity where we can talk about the value that you might receive and how you could be at 100% plus company? See, the agents I know that are successful at EXP, agents like yourself, honestly, they don't pay EXP a dime. Would you be open to looking at that?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Tony, so you said you're at 100% model?
Yeah.
100% is such a low standard nowadays in the real estate space. I mean, what if I told you, like, legit, you are gonna make 100% plus. I can show you the different avenues, but like, honestly, it's such a low standard nowadays, especially for a top leader like you. You should be being incentivized for your leadership, the value that you bring, growing the brokerage, helping other agents grow. And I have this story, I'll never forget one of my top agents, and all he was doing was just focused on selling, wanted to make 100%. One day, I was able to tell him, hey, we have this really cool program on the purchase buyback. He didn't even know, he just signed, he says, it's fine, you told me to do it. A year later, his production, he was so focused on his production, because I know that's important to you, right?
It is.
We opened up his dashboard. He had no idea he had over $60,000 in stock that he actually took out and bought another investment property. That man called me that day and said, thank you, Veronica. You just helped my family build even more wealth. I didn't even think this was possible. So again, what if I told you 100% was a low standard? Would you be willing to take a look at it?
I'd be willing to take a look at it.
So Tony, I love where you're going with the commission splits. I think it's one of the most important questions you should ask, because everybody thinks this way. But my question really for you is, how much money do you want to make?
As much as possible.
Okay, what is that number? Let's really pick a number. Is it 100 grand a good number for you?
Sure.
Seems to be the most popular number. I like that. Are you at that level yet?
Not quite.
Okay, so you're looking for something that's going to help you get there. Is that fair?
That's fair.
Okay. Do you ever hear the equation of saving money versus opportunity to make money? So have you ever heard anybody ever save their way to wealth? No, it doesn't happen. Yeah, Warren Buffett talks about it all the time. There's no way to save your way to wealth. So if I could give you a better split and save you an extra $500 a deal, do you think you'll get wealthy that way? How many deals do you do? Right. So let's do the math, right? So let's think about this. So let's get real. Let me help you. What if you paid nothing?
Yeah.
What if you actually paid zero? Would that be a good number for you?
Zero's good. It's beautiful.
Because you said you're at the flat fee place, right? Which is amazing, right? 0 times 1,000 is, well, it's still 0, right? So there's no way to get ahead. There's no way to actually set yourself up for retirement. When you told me when we spoke earlier that you were looking for something to get you out of this at some day, is that still true?
Yeah.
Okay, so what if we could actually take your commission splits? Because that's really the question here of what are the splits? I love this question because the truth is, what is your opportunity to make money? What if you paid nothing? What if I showed you a path where you could sell a few more homes, become what's called an icon? Sounds kind of cool. They're going to give you a glass trophy, celebrate you on stage. They're going to give you all kinds of accolades. But what they're going to do is they're going to give you all your money back. You're going to pay nothing. If I could show you a path where you could pay nothing and keep everything, would that be a little bit better than where you're at?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at an even bigger step. So what if you could do that and share it with your friends? Do you think they'd want that same deal where they could actually sell some homes for real, make some money for real, and then get to the next level?
Yeah.
You said you had a productivity coach at your place, right? And they make $42,000. Do you think they could ever help you get to 100? They don't know
Probably
how.
Not.
They make 42.
Right.
They don't know how to make 100. So What if you could be surrounded by nothing but people, and the day you start, you have 7 business partners to help you get to that level of making money the way you really want to make it? And they showed you what that split looks like. $0 out of your pocket, you get it all back, and then you help build an empire for yourself with 7 business partners who all make well over that number. Do you think if you're surrounded by people who make the money you're trying to make or above that, you have a more opportunity to get there? Or do you think it's better hanging out with all the flat fee people that are trying to save their way to wealth who don't really make any money? Which one's the better environment for you?
Let's keep talking.
All right, let's go further.
I'm not a recruiter. Not interested in recruiting. John.
I totally understand that you don't like the idea of recruiting agents, and we don't like the idea of recruiting agents either. So first thing I want to dispel is eXp is not a recruiting company. We don't recruit anybody. We do have a program called Agent Attraction, and that is a program where we incentivize our agents who have influence and give them an additional stream of revenue. So if agents were calling you and they were struggling in their business and they were looking for a better opportunity and you knew where one was and you could help them grow and you could help them put food on their family's table, would you be open to just inviting them in to take a look at it?
Sure.
Okay, so that doesn't sound like recruiting, right?
No.
And if you didn't give them that opportunity, if you told them, hey, I'm in this place where I'm getting everything that I've ever needed in real estate. My business has grown. It's actually doubled or tripled. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm supported. I have multiple revenue streams. But that it's not for you, man. Like I won't show it to you. It's not for your family. I'm not going to let you look at it. Like I don't want you to come in. Like what kind of person would you be?
A pretty bad person.
You'd be an asshole. And let's be completely honest, like you don't seem like an asshole, Tony. So I'm not telling you need to recruit anybody. What I'm telling you is to come over here and double or triple your business. And that's the number one way that agents are going to be interested in having a conversation with you. But just to get that rumor out there, like 88% of agents who work at eXp don't recruit anyone. And that's a tragedy. Because for $500, an extra $500 a month in disposable income, 50% of the bankruptcies in America would not occur. And so agent attraction isn't about making $20,000 or $30,000 a month. Agent attraction for me is about every single agent having that extra $500 coming in so that nobody in my world ever has to claim bankruptcy. Does that sound like something you could get involved in?
I'm down.
So here's my last favorite stat. You won't believe this. eXp is such an amazing company that 13 people decide to log onto the website and join every single day without actually naming a sponsor. And it is a tragedy because the opportunity to partner with people and help people grow in this company is incredible. And so my mission is to make sure that every single person believes that they are a better sponsor than no one. And every single person has the opportunity to attract at least one partner to their organization so they can change at least one life.
You've helped grow that office that you're at, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I've seen a lot of people that you teach classes, you're consistently giving back. Has anybody ever joined the company because of you, because of your success? They've seen you and you've inspired them.
Yeah, a few actually.
This is actually no different. I'm not asking you to become a recruiter. I'm going to teach you how to be a world-class inviter. I'm going to teach you how to continue to do the things that you're doing, but I'm also going to show you a way that you're just going to be incentivized to do so. What if I told you you never had to recruit anybody, but you just had to just simply share what you're doing today, which is helping agents grow their business, giving back to the brokerage, like you do today. I've seen you teach that really cool growth class, how to grow your business, your farm class. You're going to continue to do the same thing. I'm actually not a good recruiter. I'm just a master connector and a world-class inviter. Then that's really the only thing that I would say is my superpower when it comes to recruiting. And I genuinely like to help people that I know, I like, and I trust. And I think that's why we're having this conversation. That's how we got connected. A buddy of mine actually just sent me a text message, and I'm going to share it with you. He says, Veronica, rev share hit different. And I was like, what? It was his first little rev share check. And all he did was invite someone to our sales training. And it was an agent who actually thanked him for the opportunity. But when Josh said to me, rev share hit different, a single dad who that now can pay for his car payment or childcare, it's a different conversation. And you get excited about inviting people to this opportunity. How do you think that would make you feel?
Feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Tony, let me tell you a little story about a little girl named Elizabeth Riley. She came to eXp in 2015. She hated the idea of recruiting. It made her want to throw up. Today, Elizabeth Riley is the biggest champion of agent attraction and this opportunity that eXp has provided for all of us here at this company that I'd love to put her on the phone with you. But more importantly, Tony, let me ask you a question. What would happen to your business if all of a sudden tomorrow you got hit with some tragic news. Maybe you got a diagnosis. Maybe you got into a car accident. What would happen to your business, Tony?
It would stop.
All right. How would it feel if you had a reliable check coming in on the same time every month, and you knew that you didn't even have to work another day in your life, and that check was going to continue to come in? And if something tragic were to happen to you, you were taken care of, and so was your family. How would that feel?
Pretty confident. I feel great.
If I could show you a way that this boogie word named recruiting was actually something that could provide that for you through attracting other agents that were just wowed by the way that you conduct yourself in your business. As a matter of fact, Tony, you don't even need to know a dang thing about eXp. I'm Nicole Russo, your sponsor. Jean Frederick is right above me. And all you have to do is make the introduction to us. And it could change your life forever. Are you down with looking at that a little bit?
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
Sorry about that. So Tony, you said you don't want to be a recruiter, you don't want to recruit, right?
But I said,
I have not found a person who does. So I like how you think. Because I personally, I've never recruited anybody. A few people did follow me because they liked what I was doing, and a few people thought that the success I was having must have been magic or there was a secret sauce. So I said, yeah, there actually is. It's called collaboration. And somebody created a company, this guy named Glenn, and he's kind of a really smart guy. He's like a computer nerdy guy, but he's pretty cool. And he started a company that said, hey, come on in here, let's sell a bunch of homes. And that's all you really want to do is sell homes, right?
yeah,
How many homes do you sell a year? You said like 80, 90, like you're a baller, right?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that about you. So since you're such a good agent, every single week, you're across the table at the closing table with another agent, right?
Yeah.
Now, for me, what happened was I started talking to agents when I was closing deals with them. There's a ton of them. And I just said, man, how's it going over there? And they all say, it's great. And I love my broker. And I said, that's amazing. So do I. How weird is that? And I said, but the difference was my broker actually lets me partner with him. So how many homes do you have to sell to be a partner in your brokerage?
I don't think they're taking partners.
Oh, shit. That's right. So you never can. And when you got into real estate, because you said, man, one day I'm going to be an agent. I'm going to be a baller agent. I'm going to sell 80 homes a year, and I am going to do this until the day I die.
Not
Right?
exactly.
Oh, at least till you're 90.
Not exactly.
Ah, yeah, because I kept trying to find my friends with the retirement parties for real estate agents, and I couldn't find one because they don't retire, they die. Because they have to sell till the day they die, or they became the Walmart greeter. And I met a few of those, right? Yeah, so what happens is you have to continue on something. So what was your plan? You said, I'm getting into real estate. You've been in it for 11 years now, my friend. You are putting blood, sweat, and tears into this. So you're out there selling like a machine. So what's the exit strategy? What day do you get to retire?
I haven't thought about that.
Oh, damn. Yeah, well, do you think it's better that we talk about that today, or should we think about that when it's time to retire?
Today.
I like how you think. I agree with you. God, you guys are amazing. So here's my thought process on this. What I found was I was getting old because I got gray hair and I'm getting old. I'm just glad I still have hair. So what happened was I started realizing that if I can take the money I'm making in real estate, I never make enough to really retire because I'm enjoying my life and I try to take vacation, and I got kids and I got college, and I never have enough money. So what I found was an opportunity that said, hey, when you close a deal across the table and you ask the agent how they're doing and what time do they become a partner in their brokerage, and the answer is never, I said, well, what if you could be? Because I found by accident that the company I went to, when I sold one house, they actually gave me shares of ownership in the company. It was insane. Then they said, hey, wait, it was like a ShamWow commercial. There's 5 more ways you get actual free ownership in the company. I was like, really? Tell me about those. And then they did. And what ended up happening was a couple of the agents across the table from me, Helen, and I talked to a team leader from this Keller Williams company, amazing, right? Says he recruits hundreds of agents a year. I was like, damn, you're incredible. I don't know how to recruit, but I've got 49 that followed me over the last 6 years, which at Keller, they would have fired me because I'm horrible, right? But my 49 people, well, they brought some friends too, because when we found the opportunity was that good, you know what happens? We shot it from the rooftops because look, oh my God, this is like amazing. And the next thing you knew, they brought a few friends, and so did they. And now we have an organization and we have a collaboration that's insane. And we sell more homes than anybody else. Could you imagine working for the brokerage that sells more homes than anybody else on the planet?
That'd be great.
Could you imagine working for the company that sold more homes than any independent brokerage in the world 3 years in a row?
That'd be amazing.
That's true.
Right?
Right?
That'd be amazing.
And then could you imagine being a partner in that business and they share revenue with you and you stop working for the pyramid companies that you work for? Yeah, it's not fun when you're in a pyramid company and you're not even in the pyramid because you're an agent. So I recommend collaborating with us. Bring your friends. The next thing you know, you build an organization like 3,500 people, and it changes your life, gives you retirement, and your wife becomes really happy.
Yeah. Love it. Got to get to this one. So EXP has already had its big run. I missed the boat. LPT, real, epic. Insert whoever you want is the future. Pew.
I understand you feeling like you might have missed the boat, and there's a lot of copycat companies out there that might give you a ground floor opportunity. But how long is a ground floor opportunity really a ground floor opportunity? And what I know is when you join at the ground floor, you got to build the damn building. And when people joined, like Brent Gove, the roads were paved in dirt. They had to pull a wagon and drip sweat all over this dusty road. They weren't open in every state. They didn't have the support. They didn't have the back end. And I know a lot of those companies are struggling with that. And then if they make it, which many of them won't, they are still going to have to deal with the changes and the impact of growing at scale. And we had to deal with that with NASDAQ regulations, and we're on the S&P 600, and we are established as the premier cloud-based company. And so these other companies, they may be great, they may make it. I don't know about this ground floor opportunity, but I know we have a proven model. I know we are the #1 brokerage in the world. We sell more houses than anyone else, and we have about 88,000 agents. And so the opportunity at eXp so far has been to get a piece of the 80-ish thousand agents that have joined. And in the next few years, we are likely to become the largest company in the world by agent count. And that means we'll have about 160,000 agents. So in the next few years, we will have the same number of agents join our company as we had in the first 15 years that eXp existed. So it sounds to me like we have the biggest opportunity in real estate to capitalize on a proven model at the forefront of the industry, the pioneer in the cloud-based space with no debt, with all of our own assets that we own, run by the two smartest people in real estate, Glenn Sanford and Leo Pareja. I don't know why you wouldn't want to take advantage of the best just because you feel like you might have missed the opportunity when things were really, really hard. Why don't you come and take advantage of the easy street that we're on right now?
Woo! I'll add to that, Tony. Yeah, I hear this all the time. I mean, the reason like you want to get in is to be the next Gene Frederick, the next Brent Gove, but you're missing that the reason that Gene Frederick is Gene Frederick and Brent Gove is Brent Gove and what they have today. Gene's been doing this for 10 years at eXp, Tony. It takes time and hard work. So unless you're going to work for 10 years the way Gene Frederick did, it doesn't matter which company that you're at. And do you know who Brian Carruthers is, Tony?
I heard of him, yeah.
He is like the GOAT of revenue share type payout companies. You can call that network marketing. He basically writes the book that we all study. If you're really going to take this seriously, he's the guy that you're going to want to learn from. As a matter of fact, he sat down with our CEO, Leo Pareja. I have this video. You need to watch it if you're considering joining a ground floor opportunity, because he warns against exactly that. This dude has 400,000 people under him in his organization at Legal Shield. Guess what? He joined Legal Shield when Legal Shield was like 25 years old. And he has the biggest organization because he did the work at Legal Shield. And as a matter of fact, he warns against it because 90% of companies that try the network marketing MLM revenue share model don't succeed. So I don't know about you, but this thing, it's not easy street. You're gonna have to work hard like Gene did, like Brent did. You might, first of all, you're gonna wanna know that the work that you put in, the promise that was made from you on the day that you started that work is still gonna pay 10, 15 years from now. I know it is at eXp. I've been getting a check for 10 years, Tony. What I really would love for you to do, you might as well, if you're gonna really do this, come on board with myself, with Gene, and have our help rather than trying to go to a company that might not make it, Tony.
Love it, love it. 60
Hey, Tony,
seconds, go.
All right, looking at these other Me Too companies, I love that. So make sure that you check out the lettuce, pickles, tomato one, LPT, right? Check them out, right? They're available. Make sure you understand how theirs works, right? Yeah. Make sure you get the flat fee one, right? Because they got the flat fee option too, right? We know how that works. So you can do that. You've got the other one, EpiQ, right? They're the newest one, right? And there's like 9 more coming out on the market right away. Check them all out. If you're looking for a ground floor opportunity with companies that may or may not make it, those are the places to be, because they just might not. But hey, what if they did? Wouldn't that be great? There's just no one there, right? So here's the thing. Have you ever heard of our company eXp, right? We were the first cloud-based brokerage. First to market wins. This is how it works. So first to market wins. Does everybody have a Netflix account? right? Yeah, do you remember Blockbuster? Yeah, they're gone, right? So what you have 1.6 million licensed active agents in the United States right now today. 911,000 of them work for franchise models that are all going out of business. If you want an opportunity, this is where they're going to come. If you ever hear of Netflix, you ever hear of Uber, you ever hear of WhatsApp, you ever hear of these Venmo? They all started in 2009. So did eXp. Why? Necessity is mother of all invention. The first to market wins. We are the biggest. Is Netflix afraid of Hulu? No. Does everybody still have more Netflix accounts today? Yes. Are they growing like crazy today? You know what Uber did? Yeah, they all started in 2009, just like eXp. Why? First to market wins. Cloud-based companies have just completely disrupted it all, taken it over, and that's where it's at. If you want to be with the one that's out in front of everybody, think about this. Our closest competitor, we grow 8 to 1 times them. For every one agent they get, 8 come here. This is where the ground floor opportunity is, because when you come in, you can build it better. And last thing I'll tell you is the person who's recruited more people than anybody else in our entire company in a 2-year span just joined 2 years ago. So this is where the opportunity is.
Listen, Tony, I can appreciate that. Listen, I joined eXp when the company was right around 10 years old. And today we just celebrated 15 years. 5 years. What I've seen happen in the last 5 years, it's just the beginning. And what makes me so proud is I actually joined this company for this type of market. For a market that when things got tough, I wanted to be with the pros, with the professionals, with the people who have been through multiple markets, who have built multiple businesses. We are actually at our ground floor. We're just getting started at eXp with what's happening, the leadership, the changes, and the amount of talent that's coming in. People like Justin Haver, people like Brandon Brittenson, like these people are coming in and showing this is the ground floor. We are just getting started. All those other companies, I'm not going to bash them. I wish them the best, but I want to be with the proven. And based on what I know about you, proximity matters. You want to be with the pros. Let's take a look at it.
Go to grow. All right.